on this old countertop.
Ooh.
Alright, so first thing I want to do is I want to prep the surface. Although this surface is pretty clean, it's got a little irregularity to it. It's got some old adhesive and some paint stuff from other projects that we've been doing. So I'm going to go ahead and just clean it up a little bit using this sander here. Alright, so I just finished sanding. But what I want to point out here is we want to make sure we have a clean surface. Now, if you look close here, you'll see what I'm talking about. There's little bits here that the result from the sanding, little glue chunks and things like that. We want to clean all that stuff off. Now what I need to do is take some measurements to go ahead and cut the laminate. Now, in this situation, what I need is a piece to cover the top, a piece to cover this side and this side. So I'm going to take rough measurements. I basically want to cut pieces 1 inch to 2 inches proud of the actual countertop surface. Okay, so what I've done is I put a piece of tape over the side that I'm going to cut. And this will help keep it from chipping. I'm actually going to flip this over and cut it with a rotary saw using a fine-tooth saw blade. And I'm just going to follow my line. But one thing I am doing is I'm cutting this on top of some structure. In my case, I'm using leftover drywall. It will help keep the laminate from chipping. That's it. Now, in my particular situation, I wasn't able to get a long enough piece of laminate to cover this in one piece, so I had to put a seam in here. So, what's the best way to do this? Well, here's what I'm going to do. Here's my full-length piece. Here's my extra piece. Again, they're both a little bit bigger than they need to be. I'm basically going to overlap these two pieces a little bit like this. And then I'm going to cut them together. And what that's going to do is it's going to give me an identical line on each side, so that way both pieces will fit exactly. The easy way to do this is just to be patient and order along a piece of laminate. But, of course, I didn't do that. So I've got the edges taped up. Now what I want to do, just overlap them a hair. Okay. Overlap the tapes, and then I'm going to tape them together. I want to keep the seam as square looking as I can, so I'm basically taking a measurement from each end, marking the same spot, I'm going to draw my line and then cut it that way. That way our seam will look pretty square with the existing counter. Let's see how they match up. Perfect. So now I want to tape the top side. Getting a little overkill with the tape here, but I don't want this seam to budge, so overkill if it may be. Okay, now I got this coated, now I'm going to go ahead and coat our laminate as well. Okay, now that we got the glue on, we got to wait about 15 minutes or so. Let it get kind of sticky on both sides, so we'll wait 15 minutes, then we'll put it on. What I'm going to do in the meantime, I'm going to get some wood dowel and I'm going to show you we want to separate the laminate from the countertop to place it. Now we can place the laminate on top of the dowel. Easier when you have some more help, but I'm trying to do it myself. Okay, so see right now it's not touching, so we are okay. So then we want to line it up. Line it up. So we got overhang everywhere. What I'm going to do now is start pulling it out of. I'm going to go from the middle out. Okay, so we got it on there. Now I want to go ahead and press it out. I'm going to roll it. Not sure Tom Silva would approve of this tool, but it's a paint roller. It kind of works. Okay, let's see how our seam turned out. I think that's pretty good for a seam. Now it's the fun part. We take our hefty router here and we're going to cut the excess off. So we're going to use this special laminate trim bit. It's a flush cut bit, is what it's called. So it's going to guide us around our edges and give us a nice straight cut. Get it kind of square here. Turn it on and let the router do the work. Now one thing I like to do is the router, it gets it nice and flush, but the edge is kind of sharp, so I just take a regular old file like this and go and kind of just, file down, going, never pulling back up the file, always pulling twists up at a slight angle to soften the edge and give a little bit of a bevel. I appreciate y'all watching. Take care. I'm Joe Kistel.
Yeehaw!